My friend got my mom pregnant, so I made him regret it. Whenever someone said they didn't have a sister, he'd smirk and say, "Give it 9 months." It was dumb. Always landed somewhere between awkward and inappropriate. But that was Derek. Loud, unfiltered, charismatic in the way that made teachers like him and parents ignore the red flags. We were close, grew up together. Same block, same school, same everything. He knew my secrets. I knew his tells. So when he made the joke to me one day, slapped me on the back and said, "How's your sister?" And I replied, "I don't have one." And he grinned and said, "In 9 months you will." It didn't feel like a joke. That night I came home and saw his hoodie on the kitchen chair. Then I heard the creak of the stairs. He walked out of my mom's room like it was the most normal thing in the world. He froze when he saw me. I didn't say anything. Neither did he. Just gave me this dumb shrug like, oops. I sat at the table for an hour after that. No food, no words, just breathing. A week later, my mom sat me down, told me she was pregnant, told me it was Derek's, said they didn't mean for it to happen, that it just did. I stared at the floor until she stopped talking. Then I got up and left the room. No yelling, no slamming doors, just silence. But silence doesn't mean forgiveness. Silence is just where planning begins. First, I cut him off completely. No texts, no calls, no explanations. He tried to play it cool. Kept hanging around like nothing happened. Made little jokes in front of my mom. "Guess I'm gonna be your brother and your best friend." Laughed at his own lines. He didn't know I was watching. I knew he worked at the local recreation center, coach's assistant, part-time, but important to him. So I paid Coach Abrams a visit. Said I heard Derek had been bragging about banging one of the moms at the center. Didn't say whose mom. Didn't need to. Coach dropped him that weekend. Cited optics. Next, I stopped by Derek's older brother's place. The guy's ex-military, hardline discipline, zero tolerance for drama. Told him Derek got a girl pregnant and was crashing at the girl's place like a king. Didn't say it was my mom. They got into a fight 2 days later. Derek moved out for good. Now he was living full-time at my place, sleeping in the room he used to crash in after video game marathons. Except now he was doing it as my mom's boyfriend. I smiled when he moved his stuff in, because that meant I had him exactly where I wanted him. His car, a beat-up Civic he thought was cooler than it was, started acting up. My uncle's a mechanic, good with sabotage that doesn't leave a trail, a few tweaks to the timing belt, some loosened bolts here and there. The car would stall, overheat, eat oil like cereal. Eventually he had no money left, nothing coming in either. Derek was late to every doctor's appointment, every job interview, every errand. Then I let my friend leave a crying toddler with him for a practice babysit, 5 hours. By the end, he looked like he'd aged 10 years. He started snapping at my mom, telling her he was doing his best. She started crying in the kitchen more often. The final straw came at dinner. Mom said they should look at apartments for when the baby arrived. Somewhere close, maybe a 2-bedroom, somewhere they could start fresh. Derek snapped, said he wasn't ready for this, said she tricked him, said he didn't sign up for a damn family. Then he looked at me and said, "You think this is funny?" I said nothing, just picked up my fork and kept eating. 3 days later, he was gone. Packed up his stuff in silence and left before sunrise. No goodbyes, seems like he had to go get the milk. It's been 3 years since, and last I checked, Derek was serving 10 to life for armed robbery. Seems that the whole thing took a real toll on him.